Hello everybody, it's bell time and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is pretty late in the grand scheme of things, but it's still something that I wanted to share, and so I'm sharing it now. And that is my 2025 completed journals, or at least the journals that I used in 2025. I'll be honest and say that I did not complete all of them. But I will say that I have a much larger stack of regular writing journals than I generally do in a year. I didn't even notice this until today when I was finally gathering all of these up to film this video. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of go through all the journals that I have, that I used in 2025 and share these with you guys since I didn't at the end of the year. So I'm actually going to start with the smaller stacks, which are kind of my other journals. I have what I consider just my main writing journals, and that was that larger stack on the right. And then these ones are my other journals that have other specific purposes to them. So I'll start off with this stack over here. These are my prayer journals from 2025. Some of these were not only used in 2025. So this first one I used in 2024 as well, and then continued using it when the new year happened. So this journal, I got at a thrift store, and I don't know what the brand is. There isn't anything in here that like shows what the brand is. This did have kind of blank pages and they seemed really thin, so I was worried that it wouldn't be a very good journal or that the pages would be really thin. And they actually held up really well. I really enjoyed using this journal. The cat really enjoyed biting it as well, as you can see. But yeah, I thought this was just a super beautiful journal. I really enjoyed it. It probably lasted me probably around 2 months, give or take a month or so. Like I said, it's been kind of a while since I've used this because I used this in 2024 and 2025, but this was the first journal I had. The second journal that I used was this one. This one does have a brand-ish, Deer Park Curzon. This I also got at the thrift store, of course. This one did have lines with it. But this one had kind of like a regular book binding, and so I felt that I was like really like I was really fighting it when I was using it. So it wasn't my favorite journal for that reason. This one had similar binding, but I feel like I wasn't fighting it as much as I was fighting this one. So yeah, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. But I do think that it is really pretty. The next journal is also actually similar binding, kind of just like a regular book, though I don't remember really having any issues with this one. I was a little worried that I wouldn't like the texture because it's like kind of fabricy, a little bit scratchy, but it didn't actually bother me as much as I thought it would, which was nice. I don't know if I have a brand on this one either, but that's what the pages looked like. So it was lined and then it had a little section for date, which I don't know if I ever really used that. This one was kind of like I started, it looks like June 2nd, and then I guess I didn't keep using the date after that. So this was kind of like a summer journal, and yeah, that was this one. It did also have a little ribbon bookmarker as well. And then this one I know I used in the fall. I got it at McKay's. And I really enjoyed this notebook. It has a pin loop, as you can see, an elastic. It looks like a ribbon that didn't stay in, so that's kind of a bummer. But it does look like it had a pocket in the back, so that's always nice. I just have some like newspaper clippings tucked in here. This one also, it looks like, had a section for the date that I think I use sometimes, but not all the time. Let me see if I can find a brand on this. There's a sticker there. So I guess this is kind of like a custom made notebook for the Diocese of Nashville, but I really like the wood grain. I thought it was very good for like autumn, which is when I used this. Yeah, I can't find an entry that shows when the last use of this was. I see one in October 20th. So yeah, I think I probably used this through October, and then I started this next one in November. I actually remember posting about possibly using this as my next journal, and I ended up not using it as a main journal, but as a prayer journal. This one I also got at a thrift store. It might have been McKay's, it might not have. And it was just TikTok notebook, which I don't even use TikTok, but I like having like black neutral notebooks because I can like put stickers on them, which I didn't end up doing because I just liked how simple this looked. It came with this pen that was actually a phenomenal pen. It was so good. It looks like the brand is Toot. And this one, I really enjoyed that it came with two elastics. And I think it did come with a ribbon bookmarker, but I guess that one fell out. This is what the pages looked like. And, oh, it does look like I started dating these entries. So I started this one on November 1st. And I did use this one into January of 2026. But I really liked being able to use the second ribbon marker as a bookmark. And then I could use this one to close the journal. It looks like it had a second pen loop that fell out because it wasn't put in super well. But I really, really enjoyed this journal. And like I said, I didn't finish it in 2025, but I think I used it the majority in 2025 because I did November and December in it and then just a little bit of January. So I figured I would show it. And these are all of the prayer journals that I used, all kind of the same standard journal size. But yeah, prayer journals. All right, next up are my other stack of other journals. The first one is just this little weird one. I got it at a thrift store. Like, I think someone just made it themselves because it's stapled and it has this weird design on it that I ended up covering with stickers for the most part. And then, look at that. Isn't that so cute? I kind of forgot that I decorated it, but this is just a gratitude journal. And the pages were just blank. It looks like I used it February to March, so it didn't last a super long time, just a little journal, but really, really cute, especially this little front setup here. So I guess this is the only gratitude journal I used this year. I did finish my 5-year Q&A a day notebook. I started this, I guess it would have been in 2020. And yeah, I finished it up on my birthday, wait a minute. Yes, the day before my birthday. And it looks like we went to Dollywood. So that is a great way to end this journal. But yeah, I kind of had a love-hate relationship with this one. Around the midway point, I started getting really annoyed with it and I didn't want to use it anymore. But then once I got past that, I started having enough answers that it was really interesting using it. The spine, obviously using it for 5 years, having a paper spine, it kind of started coming apart, so I had to tape it several times. But I'm glad that I finished it now, though I don't know that I'm gonna do another one of these unless I like had some crazy change, like if I got married or like had a kid or something, like maybe I would do another form of this. But I was kind of happy to leave it at that, and kind of be like, okay, I finished it. I finished a 5-year journal. So that is that. Then I have a couple of mass notebooks. So when I go to church, I like to at least try to prepare myself, or if I haven't really prepared myself, I'll like take notes on the homily that the priest gives. And so that is what this one looks like. I think this one's just a little Muji notebook. Again, got it at thrift store. This sticker I actually made. I pressed some daisies. And then the other ones are just kind of random stickers that I acquired. But yeah, it looks like this one did start later in 2024. And then it takes me kind of a while to get through these because I'll probably use them once a week at most. And it looks like I finished it in March last year during Lent. So that was kind of the latter half of 2024, first quarter of 2025 was my little mass notebook. And then I have another one that this one I think is like a tiny moleskin. And just put another sticker on it. Oh, how cute is that? And then, let's see, Sunday of Easter. So I did start this one in the spring. And then let's see if I can find when I finished it up. Oh, hold on. I found a date. Let's see, 10/25. So this one took me a while to get through. Like I said, I use it at most once a week. And I don't actually always use it every week. But so just a couple of little mass notebooks. These are just like, I try to like carry them around in my purse when I go to mass with me. And then, yeah. And then this one is actually my planner. I'm pretty sure this is the only planner that I used last year. Sometimes I'll use kind of like a secondary sort of thing, or like I have a couple of different planners I'm using this year, but I'm pretty sure this is the only one I used. It's a medium passion planner, and I actually ended up getting this one for 2024. So I got it on sale, on a Pi Day sale, for like $3 during 2024. And I was just like, I'll just redate it for 2025. And that's exactly what I did. Lots and lots of stickers. I love the way that I decorated this one. This might be my favorite like decorated planner of all time. But yeah, so I just kind of covered up the old date and then wrote the correct one in. And I'm not really gonna like flip through this a ton because I don't want to like, I don't know, share a bunch of personal info, but I did like habit tracking in this. I obviously like track the weeks, and I did a little bit less in the summer because I work at a summer camp, so there really wasn't as much there. But yeah, this is my passion planner. I'm using another one again this year. I really like these planners. So that was my passion planner for last year. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the main journals. Okay, this is again what I consider like my writing, my memory keeping, and there are a lot of these, a lot more than I realized today. And apparently it was the year of the spiral notebook. Half of these looks like are spiral, which I do enjoy spiral notebooks, but I just didn't realize I use them so much. So I'm gonna go through these just chronologically, and I'll probably just slide this stack off to the side so I can just have one on screen at a time. So the first one is actually my Christmas journal, kind of from, well, that was kind of predictable. From kind of like last year. So I did start this one on Christmas in 2024. And it does hold a bunch of my like Christmas memories and like wrapping paper and stuff like that. But I didn't actually finish it and write in it until more like 2025, like the beginning of 2025. That's when I used it mostly. So that's why it's in with this year, because I didn't finish it in 2025. I didn't finish it in 2024. I mostly used it in 2025. But yeah, I got this at a thrift store, and yeah, see, January 19th. So it was really cute. I've actually seen it at thrift stores since then, and I'm kind of like, oh, would I repurchase it? I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I really liked the little like page decorations at the top because it made it nice and festive even when I didn't decorate it with something. And then I also like that I could tie, you know, ribbons from Christmas packages on here. But part of me is like, well, this will be like a unique that year Christmas journal. So I haven't repurchased it since, but I did really enjoy this journal. This is the brand information. It looks like it's on the older side. So first Christmas journal. And I actually ended up kind of having two Christmas journals. So this was the second one. It was just a plain kind of brown paper notebook. And I wrapped this string around it and like put a couple of stickers on it to make it look like a brown paper package is tied up with string, you know, that kind of thing. And I have, yeah, just some kind of festive things in here with, let's see, started January 19th, but I still had stuff to journal about, like confetti poppers from New Year's, and more like Christmas wrapping paper from when I did like roommate Christmas. We had like a snow day, so I journaled all about that. Something I really enjoyed doing last year that I did more than previous years is I just would draw things. Instead of like describing them, I would just draw pictures. So we made this snowman, and well, I guess Snow Woman, because we named her Holly. And yeah, it was something that I just really enjoyed. So this goes without saying, in my opinion, but please don't like pause and read my pages. I understand that I'm sharing this on the internet, so I guess you can do that if you want. But hopefully the people who are watching this are fellow journalers and understand. Yeah, so this is the next journal I used. I'm pretty sure this is a Target brand. I loved this journal. I also got this one at McKay's. I think the cover used to be like squishy, and I guess there's like some sort of air hole in it. It's no longer anymore, but I thought it was so beautiful. I thought this was a really good winter journal because it's like, you know, sparkly and bright and blue, kind of like the snow. And I started this on January 31st. So this was the first full, no, I guess this was the first full journal I used. But it was kind of like a like secondary one of this one, which I did start the previous year, and again kind of captured like Christmassy memories. So yeah, this one, like I said, started January 31st. I really liked this one. It was just a very good journal in my opinion. I liked the pages, I liked the lines. I didn't ever like really struggle with the some Mardi Gras decorations. How fun. I didn't ever really struggle with like keeping it open or anything, which was nice. There was one page I wanted to share that I thought was really cute. Oh, we had like a girls' night, so I put like the face mask stuff and like some stickers. Super cute. But let's see when I finish this one up. Oh, this one did have a little space in the corner for the date. March 15th. That's the last date I can find in here. So I guess I used this into March. The next journal I used was this one, which I also am not sure that it has a brand, and it is from a thrift store. I really like this one. This is a really good, in my opinion, like little spring journal. I think I used it for about a month, and I actually, my rain boot broke, like the little handle to help get it on your shoe. But I love these rain boots because they're like sparkly, and so I just kind of tied that in. I think I added these ribbons as a marker. Let me see when I started this one. I have a bunch of just like random stuff stuck in here. I started on March 18th. Oh, I went to high school production of Fiddler on the Roof, which was really fun. Oh no, it looks like I missed a page in here. Yep, a missed page. That's kind of goofy. Looks like I used this into April. Got Sonic apparently. These are really cutely decorated pages, I have to say. I think April 16th is the end of using this. So yeah, it was about a month. I really enjoyed this journal. I thought it was super, super cute. Then I have two kind of littler single stitch ones. And this was the first one I used. This one, Paper Junkie is the brand. This is probably one of the smaller journals I have used as a main journal, but I had kind of like an awkward period of time where I wasn't sure how much. It was like right before summer camp, and I kind of like my summer journals to be separate, and I wasn't sure how much time I would use, and so I was like, do I just use this one? Do I use both of them? I ended up using both of them, as you can see. This one I started on Easter in 2025, which how freaking cute is this little front page? Just adorable. So that was April 20th, 420 Raise It, you know? And it was just a kind of simple little notebook. I looked like I was using lots of bright colors because it was finally spring. Got some flowers in there. Oh my gosh, this is when we got a new pope, which was kind of a big deal because I work for the Catholic Church. Though I spelled that wrong, I learned after the fact. But this was like crazy. Again, like the fact that he is from the USA is something that like we never ever expected. So I wrote a lot about that. And yeah, that was something that I wasn't really expecting because, well, when I started this, Pope Francis hadn't passed away yet because he passed away the day after Easter. So that was like a big event that I wasn't expecting to happen in this journal. I wrote several pages about it. So it looks like I used this until May. And I honestly might have like had I think I had one journal entry that I finished or that I didn't even get a chance to finish in there. I had enough to write about that I just kept writing about it in this journal, which is Brother Sister Design Studios. My brother graduated college in this one, so I had like lots of fun confetti. These ones I had to kind of go back and finish, I think. As like summer got really busy, it like took me, like I would go back when I like would highlight the date. It meant that I was writing about something in a later date, and I like recorded when I was actually writing the entry, but I still wanted to show that this was not in like the time that I was writing it. So yeah, I was writing about May 3rd, and then the next day it's June 20th. So this is when this is like a toy we got for the cat on her birthday, which is also Star Wars Day, which is why I have kind of spacey stuff. So I had to go back and kind of fill in some stuff. This is when I went to see the Savannah Bananas. Oh, that was so fun. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff in this one. This is from going to my brother's graduation, which was in May, but I was writing about it in June. And we went to a church that had Hebrew on the doorway, and I was like, I bet that says peace, because it was as you were leaving, and I was correct. I looked it up, got some flowers and mini golf, random labels page. So I just had some random stuff to put in. So yeah, this was, gosh, these two like captured April and May, but I didn't finish it until later in the summer. All right, so speaking of summer and not finishing notebooks, bang, we have my 2 summer notebooks, which I did not finish either of these. These were, I will admit, too small to fit the entire summer. Like these, I kind of like denoted this one would be June and this one would be July. In previous years, I work at a summer camp. Previous years, I would just have summer all in one big notebook, but I just didn't have a big notebook that I was like feeling. But these ones both kind of gave summer vibes to me. So this one kind of captures the month of June. I got this one at Goodwill or some thrift store. I'm not exactly sure. This one I don't think has a brand that I can see. There is a nice little page with a pocket. But yeah, I don't even know. Actually, there's really not that many pages left in here. Let me see when I stopped writing. July, but I don't know when these camps were, because that might have been earlier. I don't know. Oh, we went to see the How to Train Your Dragon film in here. Yeah, and then at least I'm pretty sure that one was June. This one, I think my coworker got me from Target, or like Dollar General or something. I think it's really cute, and again, a really good summer journal. Summer Camp 2025, part 2. So yeah, this was the kind of second one, started in July. And again, more just like summer camp junk. If I just got cut off, it's because there were like pictures or something from kids that I can't show online. But I had like a note from a coworker, and then at the end of the summer, I actually went to Gatlinburg with my family, and so I started kind of popping in some stuff from when we went to Dollywood, as you saw earlier. And I didn't finish this one again, which honestly, I don't even know that there's the pages to finish writing about that. I have a bunch of ephemera that I have saved from these times. I just haven't gone back and finished these notebooks, which is kind of sad because I was on a roll going back. I finished these and then I just didn't get a chance to go back and finish these. And now we're kind of approaching on a year. So I'm kind of wondering, am I going to get a chance to finish them? But I really enjoyed these journals. I really did. They're very good for summer. And I really appreciate what I like about spiral notebooks. As I mentioned, I guess this is the year of the spiral, and it's that they expand better. They have a lot more room to expand because they're spiral bound. Whereas if they were just like, bound like that, then it would be a lot harder for them to expand. So these are my summer notebooks. Sorry, I'm not really sharing that much. Again, my writing is private, but also if I'm like working with kids or have anything from kids, I shouldn't really be showing that. So summer notebooks, and then we kind of get into the fall season, and I loved all of these notebooks that I used in the fall. And it's kind of, you can like see a big like color shift from, here's the like spring notebooks, all bright and flowery, and then the summer ones, again, super bright and colorful. And then we get to fall and it's a lot more neutral, a lot darker colors. And I really loved all of these notebooks. So yeah, we'll just hop right into them. This one I had kind of been saving for a while. I thought it was like the freaking coolest notebook I've ever seen. Not a spiral notebook, so kind of different there. This one, I don't know if it has a brand. Let me kind of look in the back. Oh, okay. So it looks like it was designed by somebody. I was not sure how this one would hold up because it's literally just paper, and it actually did a very good job holding up. I was very pleased. What was cool about this journal is that it had different prints for every day. Looks like I went to the thrift store again. Or not every day, but there was like different patterns throughout the notebook. So it went from like blank and squared to lined, and then at the end it had these kind of like sunglasses and keys, which I kind of would color in differently each day whenever I kind of used it. So yeah, I loved this notebook. I thought it was a very good one for fall, and I really liked the size too. It's a little bit on the smaller side. But yeah, this one, super, super cool. Love this one. And then I finally used this notebook. I've had this one for several years. It's kind of an artist notebook, again, a spiral notebook. This one was kind of like on the brink when I got it. The like elastic was really loose, but again, I got it at the thrift store, like everything I have. But I still really enjoyed it. It still like really served me super well. A perfect autumn journal, in my opinion. I started this one October 30th. I guess I didn't share the date that I used the last one. Maybe I'll try to find that. I think it was August 24th. And then, let's see, this looks like Halloween. Halloween stuff. Oh, this is when I went to see The Outsiders, the musical. It was so good. And I got this patch. I still need to sew it onto my pants. But that's, again, instead of just being like, I got a patch, I drew a picture of the patch that I got. Which, I don't know, I think just adds some fun to my journaling, is that I like actually am showing the things that I am talking about, rather than just talking about them, you know? So, yeah, that one was August to October, and this one, October. And then what was nice about this one is that it had pockets. So instead of like kind of gluing things in like I normally would, I kind of would just stick them into the pockets, and then I can kind of flip back and look at them, which is something I kind of like about it. More pockets, stuff from Thanksgiving. My roommate and I went to see the second Wicked. This one was, I think it lasted me about a month, because I took it home for Thanksgiving, and then that kind of completed out this journal. So that is this one. And then the very last one I used was this, actually a Panic at the Disco notebook, and I got this one at McKay's as well. And this one I kind of used differently than any other notebook I've used before, and it's because I used it kind of as a December daily. I was just like, I'm just going to test this out, just daily journaling, because I normally just kind of journal when I want to, when I feel like it, when I have something I want to remember. And I was like, I've never daily journaled before, so I'm just going to try it out. This small little notebook for just the month of December is a really good way, I think, to kind of test that out. And so that's what I did. I do think this actually started in November 30th. But yeah, December daily. And so I have some, you know, fun stuff. Like this was a notebook that somebody gave me for Christmas. So this was the wrapping paper, and then again, instead of talking about the design, I just drew it. This is the design that of that notebook, which I just think is really kind of unique and cool. Something I did notice, let's see, here's some like wrapping paper from Christmas and stuff. Something I noticed about this, and this also did go a little bit into January. So got some confetti from New Year. So that is kind of actually an example, is something I noticed about daily journaling is I would daily journal, but then it was kind of just to like get an entry in. I wouldn't actually journal about the full day. So like my friend graduated college, and I put like a little piece of confetti in, but I only wrote 2 pages about it because I was like, okay, I'm going to, you know, I just have to write this day. Rather than like, I guess waiting until I had like more time on the weekend or something, which I still haven't like included all that ephemera. I might actually put it on the blank pages in here, because I obviously don't have the space in here. But I'm not really sure, like I haven't been daily journaling since then. And you could argue I've been in a journal slump recently, because I keep falling behind on all of the ephemera I have and journaling about it. But I don't think that the solution to that is journal every day, because I still wasn't including the ephemera in the way that I wanted to. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, or like if any of you have ever like fallen behind but been successful in going back. There have been times that I have been successful in going back and filling things in, and then there's also been times that I haven't been. So like, how long do you keep that ephemera? Or do you just let it sit there forever? Or do you just put the ephemera in and then not write about it? Kind of give me your thoughts. But I counted, I think this is 11 journals, which again, I didn't finish 2 of them, but that's more journals than I normally fill, which some of these were on the thinner, smaller side. But I was kind of like, wow, I actually, even though I didn't finish all of my notebooks, I kind of like did a lot more than I realized. So these are my journals from 2025. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if it was a little bit all over the place. I know a lot of the time I wasn't even showing my journals on the page or on the screen, but I still hope that you enjoyed. So let me know. Oh wait, there's more. I'm trying to get all of these in the frame, and there's just so many, which is kind of fun. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts or any other videos you'd like to see in the future, and I will see you guys later. Bye!